My today's guest is a member of high school boys basketball team, Andriy Ivanov. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we were waiting for you for a long time. Thank you for finding time for us.
Yeah, man, thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So I'm just going straight to the questions because we don't have much time left.
Yeah.
Okay, so your everyday motivation, what makes you come for every training for basketball?
Man, you know, since freshman year, when I started from JV, the biggest motivation was to win CEESA. Because my freshman year, we got 7th place out of 7. Sophomore year, we got the 4th place, which isn't bad. And this year, CEESA is in Kiev, so we have to take the 1st place.
Yeah. And a lot of guys that I took interview from, they said that this year's team is the strongest in the past like 5 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Will you agree with that?
Yeah, I must agree. I mean, we got a strong lineup. We got Gio, we got Bo, Dima sharpshooter, we got
Well,
Vlad.
as long as you're in the starting 5, your team will be good.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, why you chose basketball as your favorite sport rather than something else?
Man, because I tried playing soccer and it didn't end up well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know, out of the 10 people, I was like the 10th player to play, you know, I mean, it was bad.
Yeah, you told me that in the middle school you were a
Yeah.
bit bigger guy, yeah?
Yeah, I was a big,
You
I was a big
you
man.
were a goalie.
Yeah, I was the goalie, yeah. I was the goalie.
Yeah. Where are you planning to study after high school?
I mean, I don't know yet, but I'm planning Switzerland or Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
It depends. I hope I'm gonna get the diploma and then we'll see.
Mm-hmm. So are you planning to study there or work there? What's your
Why I
plan?
believe that if you study at one place, then you might as well just work there as well after you finish your degree.
What are your interests?
Economics, business, finances.
Yeah, like working with money, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Big money.
Okay. Actually, are you planning to play basketball after you
I mean,
graduate?
if I get the choice and if the team there is good and if they want me on the team, obviously I'll try out for anything. I don't care if they'll take me or not, but I'll try out. Yeah, and I wish I could play.
Is actually basketball popular in, let's say, Switzerland that you mentioned?
Yeah,
universities?
yeah.
Yeah?
It is quite popular. I don't know about Singapore, but I know Switzerland. I mean, their sports they're diverse. Let's say that.
Okay. So, in basketball, like, what is your favorite aspects of the game? So, of why you
Man,
chose
to be honest, I
basketball?
like to shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just that, obviously post up, but if I had the choice, I'm taking the 3. I haven't been so productive this year as my junior year, but last year that was my main role. I hope this year, you know, coming closer to Chicago trip and coming closer to CEESA, I think I'll start doing that more.
Mm-hmm. And we go straight to our main question of the interview. Rap music. Why is it your favorite and why do you think it became so popular in the last, let's say, 10 years, I would say?
And because the industry for pop music and the industry for, you know, rock and all that, man, it's so repetitive, it's crazy. Rap right now is actually getting really repetitive as well with mumble rappers and all that, but you know, there's a certain type of rap that I listen to. You know, maybe you've heard of Die Lit, new album from.
No,
it's not new,
I'm not into
you
hip hop, so
All right, so I mean, that's,
you can tell about it, like to people who might know him.
You know,
so
Playboy Cardi, you know, guys, he goes hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll rate him. Right now, I think this year, my favorite rapper is 21 Savage, but you know, he's not doing that well this year. So I'll stick with Playboy Cardi right now.
But is it more like text content or music content that you choose in
as
rap?
much as I hate to say it, I think Playboy Cardi is really based off the beat, you know, because the beat in rap music is really important, and I think that's what he basically bases his rap off. And it's really important to have a good beat because his beat makers, man, they're amazing. They make his song what it is right now. I mean, to be honest, you know, I'd give more props to his beat makers than to him. But yeah.
And do you turn on any music during your trainings for basketball?
We don't do it for trainings, no, we don't. We stay focused, you know, just how it is. But
because like in PE lessons, there are some music that's
let's be honest, your PE lessons and basketball things are two different things, and some people don't understand that. But obviously, yeah, we don't really turn on music. Although, you know what, last year, you're right, last year I had PE with my coach. So yeah, we blasted music and it was fire. But this year only before games.
Yeah. And what sport do you do aside basketball to stay in shape, stay fit?
Man, to be honest,
Do you
just play
work out?
basketball. Yeah, I actually worked out this summer, to get the mass going and all that. But besides that, man, I just play basketball all year long. I mean, I also did volleyball, but it was just like a side sport. I tried it, I liked it, but that's what it is.
You played it last year?
No, I played volleyball back in middle school as well, once for one season.
And what you talked about, like muscles, getting muscles just now. What about cardio? Because in basketball, I think it's crucial thing because you have to run all the time. It's even more intense. I feel like in soccer, in football.
Yeah.
So, where do you train your cardio?
Well, actually, sophomore year I went to track and field, and I feel like that gave me like a blast. But this year, I didn't quite do anything else because volleyball isn't cardio; it's just based off jump, which I think improved. And we do so much cardio during practice that I think that'll be enough to maintain and run fast breaks and play defense the whole game. So yeah, that's what it takes.
Do you think that this tradition of dressing up before the game is important, or does it keeps you as a family, or it's just useless thing that you have to do?
Man, as you get older, it's as weird
more
as it's
experienced, more
yeah,
experienced.
As you get experienced. Obviously, sophomore year, I'm like, man, like this is getting annoying. Like I don't want to do it, but I did it anyway. But this year, like, I mean, dude, it's pretty hard to dress up all the time, especially me. I'm always dressed up in sports, but man, it's important because if you take care of small parts before the game, you'll take small parts, during the game. So it's really important.
And what are your expectations for Chicago before going to Chicago?
We're playing 3 games, but I just want to see how it is. Huh? Because everyone says, you guys know it's ball is life. It's hooping mixtapes if you're familiar with basketball. We see all these high school prospects, playing basketball all the time, and you see that they're amazing. Man, I just want to witness how it is, in person. I just want to, play against them.
And as I know, you didn't have such experience of going to North America to play basketball.
Oh no, we haven't. This is the first time. Well, I personally haven't. Our coach, Mr. Stubbs, he helps out Mr. Semik, you know that, right? And before with his team, Kazakhstan team, I believe they went out. They flew to America and played as well.
Okay. What advice would you give to the middle schoolers who are about to get into high school boys basketball team?
As repetitive as it sounds, and I'm sure everyone said that, if you, like the amount you practice, the amount of time you put up shots, you play that defense, you sweat on the court, man, it's gonna pay back. And if you don't do that, you can't expect yourself to be an all-star. You can't expect yourself to be LeBron James of KIS, Because when I see what I see with Gio and with Bo, no matter who they play with, no matter how they play, I can see that with Dima, and Dima is probably the toughest player in the court right now. Yeah. Just mentally the toughest player.
I think they can compete with Gio all the time, for this name of the most aggressive
I would
player.
say that Gio is just a better scorer, but Dima, that mental toughness and mental competitiveness, man, it's on the other level. But, the advice I would say is just put up hours and hours in the gym. Shoot the basketball, practice in-game situations, obviously, cardio, and that's it.
Okay, but those are correct things, I believe, that you're saying right now. But how about being more specific? Like, how do you act with the players who have already been in the team? How do you interact with the coach correctly so he puts you, so he gives you more time? Do you have advices
for
like
the
that?
past couple of games, I've started off the bench.
Sorry.
It doesn't. I mean, at first, because I did that last year as well. The first half of the season I started, and then I came off the bench again. And I'm not. It is what it is, and I'm not mad at all because I know what I can do on the court, and I know what everyone else can do on the court, and it's just what's best for the team. It's not being selfish or anything. It's not that I'm sad because I don't start. It's it's just what's best for the team.
Okay. What is the biggest aspect which makes a pleasant atmosphere in the team?
Yeah, I think only a small part of our team traveled to Lviv, traveled to Tbilisi, and actually traveled to CEESA, to Macedonia, because half our team couldn't travel.
Why is that? It's like visas?
Visa problems, yeah. And I really think that if you have been to these events, you really have bond with the team. Because what happens there stays there, type of stuff. and all the inside jokes. You know, like, you just get together. You live together in one room, and when you live together in one room, it's really hard to not be close with that person. So, yeah.
And I've heard from Pietro, I believe, and from someone else, I don't remember who specifically, they said that they feel like their team is a family. I think you agree with that, yeah?
Of course, yeah. I believe, man. I spend so much time with the guys because, you know, besides being on the court, we as a family, off the court, man, those guys, I know Vlad for, 8 years. I know Roman for 10 years. I know Mark for 10 years. I know Dima for 5 years. Bo for 8 years. Gio, I know for 2 years, but he's been here for 2 years, It's crazy, and, we're really, really good friends. We hang out with each other, all that, just because you can see it on the court when someone knows each other, as friends, as family, they really bond with each other and they play better. So, yeah.
Did actually Mr. Semenyuk call a team family, yeah, in your interview?
Yeah, man, we're family.
Please watch the interview with Mr. Semenyuk that Max took. Okay, I hope it's out already. So, Andriy, here's your camera, and now you have an opportunity to address your teammates and your coaches before upcoming CEESA.
We're taking the first place. Watch it happen. That's all I gotta say. That's game.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Andriy, for the interview. It was a pleasure to talk with you.